Hello YouTube, good morning. Long time don't see you, I know. Sorry about that. I'm gonna be back on the road, on YouTube soon. In the meantime, I got multiple units. Looks like they are not communicating right, or they are not set up right. So since this is a EMS system, they sent me with this map Gateway, and I'm gonna troubleshoot it with that. They gave me also the book and the wire to connect it to my York units. I was looking at it. This is the first time that I'm using it. This is supposed to get connected to my phone, and I believe we go from there. So that's what we got. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what we got. I got so far, I believe, 4 units now working right. So let's see what we got. Right. See you up there. We have this unit, that one in the back, and around that one there is another unit, another York. All 4 Yorks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to connect them to the EMS service. Make sure that everything is up and running. First of all, let's make sure that we got no alarms or anything like that. No temporary thermostats. These Yorks, they've been having kind of strange issues with sensors, you know, like phantom sensors that are not in the unit, but for some reason the unit detects that something is wrong with the sensor, but instead there is no sensors in the unit. This one, it got 5 alarms. So the temperature sensor failure, that's the first one. Well, you know what, let's get this guy connected and let's go from there. Okay, it's showing fault. Which is what the unit and the board is showing. Alright, showing fault. Alright, now let's see if we can connect this. I believe I gotta wait for this fault light to go off. There you go, Wi-Fi starting up. And this little book, it says, in the Wi-Fi setting of your mobile device or laptop, connect the map Gateway Wi-Fi network using the following default credentials. Alright, so I have to look for Wi-Fi, and in the Wi-Fi section I found map 6A6A1C. I'm assuming this is the one. Then I have to put the password. Let's see. Then connect. It says connecting. Okay, now I have to go here again. Get my credential and password. Okay, looks like it's connected to the unit. My Wi-Fi lights are all lit, so I'm assuming it's all good. Strange thing, I don't have the fault light. Oh yeah, it does. It does in the board, but it's not flashing on the map Gateway. Okay. Oh, this is a cool thing. Currently no critical alarms, which is kind of a true, but we got some alarms anyways in the unit. Now let's see alarms. Before I call York about these alarms I'm having, I just want to check myself that it's not something I can fix myself. One of the alarms I saw that it took my attention, it says supply sensor temperature failure. So I'm gonna check that first of all. Make sure that everything is alright. There should be a sensor inside here, and that's the supply sensor. So let's see if we have it. Yeah. Here's the sensor. That one. Alright. Supply sensor. So okay, so we got the sensor and it's there. Currently in this unit we got outdoor temperature sensor failure, building pressure sensor failure, using return instead of space temp, that's one of the criticals I guess, mixed air temperature sensor failure, outdoor quality sensor failure, and again indoor, one of them is outdoor and the other one is indoor air quality sensor failure. The one that it says using return instead of a space temp, that's a critical one. So I guess we're gonna start from there. Let me call these people and tell them what I found. Alright, I just finished the other unit and this freaking tool is awesome. This board, this Johnson control board is, I mean, it's good, but you have to deal with this little joystick, which is a monumental pain in the ass because it's really small, and read this digital display is very uncomfortable, and you never know if you accept the settings the correct way. So this tool is great. So let me show you. I solved many of the issues on the other unit that I just did a few minutes ago. So you have to wait for the fall light to stop, and then it's gonna show the Wi-Fi lights flashing, and then you can connect your phone into it. So right now currently I have an error for using return temperature sensor instead of a thermostat, if I remember right. But the problem is the unit is not in control by the thermostat. In this case I got Nova installed in the whole store. So Nova is not controlling the unit, it's the return temperature sensor mounted in the unit, the one that it dictates when the unit should be cooling or not. Alright, so I got the Wi-Fi lights lit. So now I had a shortcut right in my home screen. Alright, soon you got log in. You have to wait for the map to load. It's loading right now. Alright, here we go. So now you click on the on your equipment and it tells you if it is occupied, outdoor temperature, supply temperature, space temperature, and return. So I got no critical alarms right now except for using return instead of space temp. In other words, the unit is not in control by the thermostat downstairs or Nova in our case. So the way to change that is go into commissioning. Thermostat only control enable. Mine says no, that's why. So we change it and we put it on yes. Go to save. There she goes. unit right now is probably on fan only because it's way too cool downstairs. So let's check if we got any other alarms. See, no alarms, everything is clear up. So fan only, that's what we need. So most of these units, for some reason, they've been running like that one and probably that one. I know that one for sure because I fixed it already. They've been running on return space temperature instead to be working on thermostat. So let's check something else. Something else that I learned today is in the same map, if you go to controller and network, and then if you go all the way down, relearn system, if you have phantom sensors, you can clear it over here and teach the unit about them. So you click there and open the menu, and it goes, you go and click true and save it. Now if the unit had any phantom sensors, like there is one very common building pressure sensor failure, you can go over here and do the relearn system, and the unit, it will learn that that sensor is not installed in the unit. So that's a great tool. That's a great tool. So we're done over here. Unit, it got no alarm, so now we're gonna move to that one. Alright, this is another unit. This unit, I had a temporary thermostat. They want me to remove it and let the unit run by itself. Since this unit is not connected to Nova yet, they want the unit running independently. So in this case, this unit, we had to do completely the opposite. I went to first I went to controller network, and then I reset the learn system so I have no phantom sensor errors. And then I went to commissioning, and then where it says cooling enabled for operation, thermostat only control enable, I put no, so that way eliminates the thermostat I had inside the unit. Now the unit is running by itself. You can see it's cooling right now. The return is 80 degrees because this unit, it was kind of a hot. The space is on 80, so it's dropping temperature. My supply temperature is 54. I got 2 stages of cooling. I don't know if you can see it. 2 stages of cooling. Supply 54. Space temperature is 80. So the only alarm I have is using return instead of a space temperature, because it's not connected to Nova, and it's using the return temperature sensor to operate. So this unit is good for right now. But this tool is just great tool from Johnson Controls. All right, let's move to the next one and see what we got. All right, this is the last one of my units, which something that I like from these Yorks now, well, this model in particular probably, is these little handles. They're metal handles, so they are not plastic. Yeah, I got an error. Let's see what we got in here. Probably the same thing as the other ones. So let's get this map connected to it. Definitely, I'm gonna ask my office for one of them. So freaking good. The only thing that probably York should think about is just to have something that it can hold the door when it's windy. See, today is windy and it's difficult to keep the door open. This is the last unit. Now we have Nova connected to it, but the unit is still using the return sensor to operate. So we have to use the map Gateaway to tell the unit that we're gonna go with Nova. So let's get everything connected. All right, now unit is cooling, supply of 56, 75 space temperature and 75 return. So we gotta tell the unit that we're gonna go with Nova. So first thing we're gonna do, and I believe I'm gonna do that as a standard every time I go with these units, is go to controller, network, and then all the way down to relearn system. This way we are sure that there is no phantom sensors calling. So that is done. Now we go to commissioning, and thermostat only control enabled in this unit is no, so we're gonna tell the unit that we're gonna use a thermostat. In other words, we're gonna use Nova as a control, so we're gonna put yes and save. There she goes. Alrighty, let's make sure that there is no alarms. See, no alarms, everything is clear, so we're good to go. This tool is awesome. I mean, this is awesome because previous to that you have to go through the joystick, and as you can see, the display, you know, is I mean, you can see it, but it's difficult, you know, to understand it, because it just show every parameter that you're going through. It just show part of it, you know, and it can cause confusion when you go through it. But you know, with this, obviously you can see everything, you know, everything that is happening in the unit. For example, cooling setup, you know, you got access to everything, how many stages. So yeah, so it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, it's a beautiful tool. For sure I'm gonna tell my office to get this tool for the technicians. But this was just a short review of this map Gateway I'm using today. I thought it's gonna be a pain in the butt, but ended up as a very simple thing, very useful. It simplifies everything you're gonna do in the unit. So thumbs up for this. Alright guys, see you later. Thank you for staying.